Next band on will be Elland Silver, under the conducting of Daniel Brooks. They're playing Folk Festival by Shostakovich, followed by A Pretty Girl Is Like a Melody, the soloist Bethan Plant. The main theme from JFK, the film, featuring Sam Harrison on trumpet. Dance of the Tumblers from the Snow Queen again, so another airing for that. And they'll be finishing off with Toccata in D minor. So that's the next band on. In the meanwhile, we've been joined by more guests. Great to see Simone Rebello with us. Simone, you were adjudicating in the third and the second section. That's over correct. In the main hall, so I know you've got to get off quickly as well. We've got Graham Jacklin, I look at that. Sorry about this. Graham Jacklin, the Steve Barnum from Leicester Cooperative Bank. Sorry about that. I apologise on that. But first of all, Simone, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit what you've been doing. I know you're doing the adjudicating as well. You've been on a very, very interesting project in France.
Yeah, I've just came back from France last night, and that project was a filming project working with a composer called John Sathas, who is a New Zealand-based composer, and he's come over with a film crew from New Zealand. They're filming various musicians on location at World War One battle sites for a project. Very exciting project called No Man's Land, and I was playing at Verdun, which is a big location for one of the biggest battles of World War One. So various musicians from all across Europe, and they've spent the last 6 weeks, the New Zealand film crew, going around New Zealand and taking some really interesting shots and footage, and then that's being made into a film which is going to be superimposed onto a live performance back in New Zealand of a group that are playing on stage there in Wellington.
So when is that like to be broadcast? Is it later this
I think that's going to be quite a long time for them to put all the footage together because they've been on location and filming for quite a long time. But I know all the music is done, it's all written, so I think once they get back it'll all be put together. I think it's the beginning of next year, but obviously part of the World War One centenary. I was going to say celebration, but it's not really, is it? It's commemoration. Yeah. So it's part of that. So I think it's 2016. It'll all be going through. But it was very interesting, and it's not a place in France that I've been to before either. So it was very interesting to see it, and very moving, of course, as well.
Hopefully going to be doing a better job than I did just then introducing guests when you are going to be the linchpin of the national finals next week when all the bands will be playing for that trophy. Yeah. I'll have to listen. I've got to pick up tips from that. I can't go.
You're doing brilliantly.
There's a lot to learn there.
Tell us a little bit about that as well, because it's a great event, like on the spotlight of the banding world. It's on a Sierra Balls over today as well, but again, spotlights on the banding world on the Albert Hall.
It's always very exciting. It's very interesting for me to be part of it as well. Obviously, I played with Foden's all those years ago, so I've been on that side of it before, playing with the bands, and now it's great to come in and work as the presenter for the competition and to see all the bands coming through. It's another great test piece. This is my third year now of working at the Nationals. It's great to see the hall so full, people staying for performance after performance after performance. It's fantastic. A really, really good atmosphere, really, really lively, really vibrant, and I'm really looking forward to it again.
Well, thank you for joining us. I'm right. She's going to shoot off now. Take your coat, shoot off. Because I think there's a band.
I won't take that with me.
I think there's a band on stage waiting for the adjudicated whistle. I think. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Today, and hopefully we speak to you a little bit
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Indeed.
Thank you.
And then as Simone races off camera there, as you can see there, we're joined by Graham and Steve. Sorry about that earlier on. It's so memorable. It's going to be a long day for us here. Graham, you've been associated with the band for a long time, but they've shot up again. You're another band that's shot up through the sections, enjoying really successful time.
I prefer to think of us as doing kind of a creeping act more than shot up. It's taken us 14 years to get from the fourth section to championship section. So we're really pleased we're going to be playing the top section next year. A little bit of intrepidation as well. So we're looking forward to not looking forward to it all at the same time. But it's a big achievement at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's great to see bands like this, Kenny, isn't it? Making that progress. You say you're creeping up, but to make it in that, the difference in standard between the four section, next year you'll be playing up against the real big boys. Test pieces, really difficult test pieces. It's great stuff.
Yeah, but I was also curious about your approach to a contest like this, because clearly you put a lot of effort into that concept. We've seen the programme written there, and you don't really know what to expect, but you've put a lot of work into that.
I think the thing about performance contests or entertainment contests like this is I've seen a lot of bands who continually come with perhaps the best pieces out of the summer programme or something like that. I've always liked to try and take it a stage further. and we've won the entertainment prize here the last 2 years by maintaining that concept. Unfortunately, the thing is you just run out of ideas at some point as well. But yeah, we've tried to keep things in some kind of format which hopefully people like. You can like the pieces or dislike the pieces, but that's not the point. The point is that if you wrap them all up in a concept and in some sort of a wrapper that says this is what we're presenting, it comes across as something quite different.
Yeah, you've also got to expect that you would hope that the adjudicators will recognise that extra level of effort.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think one of the interesting things, like being a Midlander, I've watched you progress through the sections over those years, and I think I've heard the band play at the area every time you've played. How many of the players have the players in the band grown with the band through that period? How many players actually go back to your days?
I've been with the band 14 years. Steve's been with the band
35.
35.
35 years.
Yeah.
Joined us
That's
on
still
the
going.
Yeah.
You're born well, I got to say. You're born really well.
That's the boot polish.
The gold watch next.
And there are about 10 or 12 players, I'm not sure the exact number, who have been with us sort of right from the beginning, if not the fourth section, perhaps the third section, and taking us, working with us, taking us through. And we're a band that just works hard.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Well, congratulations on the performance today, especially for yourself. Excellent solo performance from you. So Kevin's going to get the reward. We'll be going back now to the hall where the Elland Silver Band will be coming on. Just a quick point as well. People have been tweeting through their support. We've had support that's come from Darren Henley, who's the Chief Executive of the Arts Council. So Darren, if you're there watching, this is where the money's being well spent here in Bolsover. So please send that off. We've also had a retweet from Ed Vasey, who's the Culture Minister. So thank you very much, Ed. Great support from the Tory government, especially in Bolsover. That's going to be very popular there. So we've got the Elland Silver Band on next. So we go back to the main hall where Elland will be taking the stage under their MD, Daniel Brooks.